Saturday. It's an all-out airplane extravaganza. Check out the AOPA Sweepstakes airplane.
The first experimental sweepstakes airplane AOPA has ever given away.
Touch the sky in one of 3 beautiful yellow warbirds.
Nice.
Don't miss this exciting opportunity to meet Steve, Flight Chops Thorne. Gawk at the legendary RV-7 prototype. It's good old-fashioned fun for the whole family. Don't you dare miss it.
Alright, all kidding aside, this is a pretty awesome weekend. We're at the Canadian Historical Aircraft Association, and AOPA is here with their sweepstakes RV-10 to visit the RV-14 build that we're working on with the team in the hangar. Oh yeah, and it's worth noting that if you don't like this episode, I should probably tell you it's been guest edited by longtime collaborator and friend, Brock. So if this episode isn't your favorite, it's his fault. This whole thing was centered around having brought out Flight Chops Experience winner Joanna to fly the warbird of her choice.
On the off chance of winning, I don't win anything, I put my name in and then I won.
We kind of built an entire event around this.
Are you going flying today, Hudson?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
AOPA got involved. Van's Aircraft got involved.
People are going to be a little jealous. Just be prepared for that.
And it really turned into something a whole lot bigger than I'd ever intended. So it's always hard to figure out how these type of things are going to go. It's location and time sensitive. We invited the public to come out when Joanna won the contest, and it worked out. We had a good turnout. The airplanes have been flying nonstop. The Stearman sold out all of its rides within the first hour.
I flew in from Madison, Wisconsin this morning. I saw your post a few weeks back, and I was in town this weekend, and I thought I should fly to Canada. Why not?
It was an open invitation to visit the museum, meet the community, and basically just nerd out.
I was in town for a friend's wedding from Calgary, Alberta, and trying to get more involved in the aviation community. Been following Flight Chops for a little bit now. Pretty good day, the build's going on, planes flying around. What else could you ask for? Barbecue, lots of friendly people. It's been a good day.
So in the US, for this weight or class of airplane, I only need the 3-inch end number. In Canada, I was told that I need 12-inch end numbers. So I have my fancy new 12-inch end numbers right here.
Your 6 is in a little bit of trouble there.
They only need to last until I cross the border again.
So there's a lot going on, and in the middle of it all, we got an exciting delivery. So seeing a box that big with Flight Chops written on it, it's kind of surreal. But for more about the package and the contents therein, you'll have to wait for the related build vlog. It'll be covered thoroughly. Sarah here came out too, and it was really cool to see that her parents had booked her a flight in the Chipmunk. I love seeing young people get involved in aviation, and supportive parents are an amazing part of that. I really had no idea how this thing was going to come together while we were planning it, but it worked out really well. And having the AOPA Sweepstakes RV-10 there was awesome. This airplane is really well set up, and you're going to get a chance to win it. There's another episode coming where I fly it, but for this one, Joe got to have a ride. And it was also really amazing that the original prototype RV-7 was here. Seeing that airplane beside the Harvard was surreal. The fact that both those airplanes are yellow inspired us to fly them with the Yellowbirds in formation. Now it was a heck of a briefing trying to plan out how these mismatched airplanes were going to fly together, but we were determined to make it work.
Yellowbirds are going to scrub.
But unfortunately it did not go as planned. More on that later. So Flight Chops Experience winner Joanna has flown up here from Florida with her daughter Ella, where it's not as warm in Windsor. And that played a role in terms of which airplane she selected. Before she went flying, she tried on each of the airplanes to choose one.
I'm stoked. I'm really excited to get in airplanes. It's been over a week since I've flown, so I'm having withdrawals.
As of filming this, Jo is in the final stages of preparing for her private pilot flight test. And I'm proud to say, as of publishing, she's got the license.
It has a rear view mirror.
It's actually so you can see this is where the pilot's face would be, so look at the mirror. So when you're turning green, the pilot's like, okay, she's turning green.
So the Stearman, I was pretty excited about it because I kind of always wanted to see what it was like to fly in a biplane. The pedals, my feet don't reach the pedals because I'm super short. Plus I'm from Florida currently and it's cold here, and so I'm kind of scared to be cold in an open cockpit. I like this. I really do like this. I mean, it's cold. I'd be cold.
So Joe's gonna pass on the Stearman, but we got no shortage of people willing to fly that airplane. It was actually flying all day long. One of the people that got to fly it was Ashley, who helped out with the sign build. So is this going to be your first open cockpit flight?
It is, yes. Yep, I'm very excited.
Awesome. So next up for Joe trying on airplanes was the Chipmunk. Not your favorite. It's not her favorite. I can tell.
I think I might like the Harvard the best.
Okay, well that's the one you can go upside down in with Dave if you want to do it. No doubt, the Chipmunk is a little bit restrictive inside, but it happens to be the perfect size for Sarah, and I had a lot of fun watching her go fly it.
Just being in here is awesome.
The Chipmunk was a great airplane to get prepared to learn how to fly the Harvard. That's what Joe tried on last, and it was clearly the airplane that Joe was most excited to fly. So yeah, when I first got in one of these, my immediate impression was this is the cockpit you just keep getting into. Like I just felt like it was a hole and I just kept getting in.
How does she feel?
Nice. So I decided on the Harvard because it's just a beast of an airplane.
Is this the first time you've ever worn a flight suit?
Yeah.
Very cool. I'm definitely leaning more toward giving away experiences as opposed to stuff with these sort of flight chops contests, so I'm really looking forward to doing more of this type of thing in the future.
You'd be a good test pilot-sized person. You could get in like really small stuff.
All right, Joe's strapped in. She's going for a flight chops experience. This is really rewarding to be able to give this kind of stuff away, so I'm looking forward to seeing how she enjoys it.
All right, you ready for startup?
Yeah. I got this.
Okay, great. Clear prop. All right, you ready to rock?
I'm ready.
There's the tail coming up. Get our takeoff attitude right about there. Airspeed is well alive and we rotate. Positive rate, check the gauges a final time. Brakes, check, gear up.
Dave really showed Joe the goods and gave her an awesome ride with lots of stick time. We'll get back on board in a minute, but for now, I want to get back to the hangar with Greg from Vans, who flew in the RV7 prototype.
What do we call them? The inspiration rides. Yeah, keep building.
The motivation
keep building.
ride.
Yeah,
Gotta
the
get the
motivation
motivation
ride.
ride.
That's it. Yeah.
So Greg is bringing us out to the first RV7 that he flew here from Vans.
I brought a prototype something with me. It's smaller, so I have to yank this out of the back of the airplane here. So one of the things that we've been working on is a hangar sign. It's a practice kit.
Oh, very cool. So that's the newest thing. They've got a toolbox kit and like a mini wing. So the newest thing is the prototype sign that they've come up with. So Greg brought us basically one of the first ones. I think he said it was stamped, the parts were cut like the day he left to come here. So he brought us one of the prototypes. It doesn't even have instructions, and it's one of the first ones being built in metal.
One of the ideas behind this is something that you can do in like a long afternoon or in a day.
Sweet, I'm excited. Let's get started.
Okay. This is the Flight Chops experience. It's not all glamorous.
What's your experience with putting things together?
I built some stuff. I can handle a screwdriver and a hammer.
Mm-hmm. Never built a plane though, eh?
I've never built a plane.
Have you considered it?
No, but now I would. It's fun.
Uh-huh. Looks like a good time.
Yeah.
Look how it brings people together.
It does.
Spoiler alert, we do finish the light box today, but it's going to take some time. We'll get back to that later. The Yellowbird pilots have been given rides all day, and it's been really exciting to see so many young and enthusiastic people getting involved.
My name is Sarah. I'm 12 years old. I love, since I was 7, I wanted to be a pilot. I'm from Windsor and I'm in Air Cadets, and I heard about it in Air Cadets, so I came here.
Very cool.
How are you, Sarah? Nice to meet you. I'm John. Everybody calls me JR. You're going to walk around and make sure everything looks good in the airplane.
As an Air Cadet, Sarah already has some experience in the world of aviation, but she's never been up in a warbird, and she's certainly never had any stick time.
That's it.
Her super supportive parents scheduled the flight in the Chipmunk with JR. This is why we do what we do.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's awesome. We went over the clouds. It was really, really cool. I saw my school.
As soon as we're clear at the zone, we'll go up a little higher and I'll let you fly. So you can put your hand on the stick. Okay. All right. And okay, little looser. Okay, little looser. Okay. And you have control.
Oh wow.
Okay.
So the controls for planes are obviously like sensitive, so it was just like really cool. I learned a lot. I really hope I do it again.
Oh, look who's there. Is that your mom and dad?
Yeah.
Wave.
How you doing? That's good. Okay, she's smiling. That's good.
Well,
It was awesome.
she's gonna make a great pilot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. Good time?
Yeah.
Yeah, so did we. Well,
I
thank you
could do
very
that.
much.
It was
I
my
appreciate
pleasure.
it.
Nice meeting you all. Sarah, good luck to you.
Back on board with Joanna, her smile is about to get a lot bigger. She wanted to go upside down, and Dave is gonna deliver.
How do you like the airplane? What does it feel like to you?
It's actually pretty easy to fly, it feels like.
It is easy to fly.
It did feel very heavy on the ground, but it feels pretty smooth up in the air.
You want me to show you some stuff?
All right,
Okay, I have control.
you have control.
And the first thing I'm going to do is I'll do a steep turn to the left 180 degrees, followed by a steep turn to the right, okay?
Okay.
Here we go, we're going to bring it in now. And then when I come out of the bottom of this wing over, I'm going to roll it to the left.
Okay.
So we're going to come around to the south here. We've got lots of airspeed, probably more than I need. I'll bring the nose up here. I'm going to let it slow up a little. Now we're going to roll to the left. How's that feel?
That's awesome.
Do you want to try doing a roll?
All right.
Okay, so you can follow me through on the controls with this one first, okay?
Okay.
We're going to come around to the north here. We're going to line up with our landmarks. So you got roads going north. We're going to use that as a reference.
Okay.
And we're going to dive first. We got about 140 knots. That's fine. So now we're going to pull the nose up to 30 degrees. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Stop all the way to the left and commit. Stay committed. Got it?
Yeah.
Bring your nose up, 30 degrees. Stop. Hard left, hard left, hard left. Nose, let go of the back pressure, let go of the back pressure. Oh, we're gonna float the top now. Yeah, so I guess the only issue there was you didn't let go.
Okay.
So
the
back pressure.
back pressure.
So when I say bring the nose up, we're gonna do one more. Bring the nose up, nose up, nose up. Release the pressure, now fully left. Hold left, just left, lots of it, lots more left. As hard as you can to the left. A little bit of a barrel. And nose up. Ease out of it. Ooh, you got some speed, girl. Doing 165. All right, so pretty decent. You didn't let go, which is what people do is they end up inverted and they're like, I don't know what to do next. Right, like they kind of just give up on it.
Yeah.
Oh. I got to go upside down a couple of times.
All right. Thanks for bringing the goods. I knew Dave would bring the goods. So that was fun. But that light box is not going to build itself. So back to work for Joe. So seeing Joe kind of immerse herself into this world is literally what we wanted to have happen. I'm happy to see that she's just been working away while I've been busy dealing with stuff related to the event.
We're getting somewhere now. Look at this
Yeah,
thing's
we
coming
are.
out.
We are assembling.
We probably had 8 different people volunteering and helping out on this thing. So there are people building this that have never built anything with sheet metal before that were doing perfect dimples and learning along the way. So great teachers.
Steve and his wife Ashley were definitely the MVPs of the build.
At some point, I was left to be the foreman, so
Yeah.
that's all right.
Our guys are.
That's okay. Really wanted to fly up here today, but with all the registration requirements for the radio operator and the airplane registration, just couldn't pull it off last minute.
So that's pretty cool. This thing is going to make a great addition to our workspace. These practice kits are a really good low-stress way to learn how to build an airplane. Ashley's been a real trooper, so I hooked her up with a ride in the Stearman. Dave from the AOPA was not going to let Joanna leave without flying the RV-10.
So instead of just one flight, I get two.
This is our AOPA sweepstakes airplane. We're gonna give this airplane away next year to some lucky winner who's gonna take it home. Could be you. If you're an AOPA member, you're automatically enrolled.
Super easy to fly.
Isn't it?
Practically flies itself.
Right? Yeah, these are very stable, these ones.
The final flight of the weekend is a big one. Having these airplanes visiting pretty much required pulling the fleet together for a big multi-ship formation. But it's complicated by not only having Dave and Greg flying with our crew for the first time, but also coordinating the mismatched airplanes, which have very different flight envelopes.
All right. Yeah, this brake is dead. That's a problem. Okay, yellow 2 is out. I got dead brake.
Okay, check your remarks, yellow 2. Yellowbirds are gonna scrub.
That didn't work out. Wow, we just briefed one of the most complicated formation trip briefings ever and then had a scrub faster than I've ever seen a scrub happen ever.
Oh, I'm thinking it's just a O-ring in the brake system that blew out because it's, we got a bunch of hydraulic fluid dripping on the ground. So at least we know where the problem is. So unfortunately, it was it just precludes any chance of flying.
Dave's theory turned out to be correct, and it was a pretty simple fix, but unfortunately it did preclude any further flying for the weekend. But we were pretty much done. The event was a total success, and after the dust settled, I finally got to go flying and took the Harvard out after putting down my producer, filmmaker gear, switching back into pilot mode. Anyway, until next time, keep your flight chops sharp.
There's the control tower right there. That's freaking awesome. And the hangar is right there. I got some great footage, but I am jealous because I would have kicked all y'all's asses.